Hello everybody. Today again I'm going to be creating a new level for the workshop. Um, so I had the idea today of doing basically just a bridge lift level, but I wanted the bridge to be kind of offset to where you kind of had to lift it diagonally. Um, Either up and then back down or something like that. Um, so I've got this in here. The only thing I'm not sure about with that is in order to have a diagonal lift, I think I'm going to need to have a platform kind of hanging off the edge, which I do not like so much. But I think I'm just going to have to live with it. So, one thing I'm going to do is the bridge is going to have 3 cars. I want them to be, I'm kind of wondering if I want to do dump trucks. I want something heavy and I want something slow. And I like the idea of dump trucks because it sounds pretty hard. So I'm gonna make this guy 150 is a nice even number. I'm gonna make it both the width and height. Okay. Gonna one like this. Then I'm gonna create another one. So the basic idea is that you have one set of road from this lower section and you have to move it up to this top section and back down. So I'm going to make one of these cars go back the other direction for funsies. You know, since that's so fun. Create a new vehicle. I don't know how wide I want to make this yet. I might modify it after I start. So right now I'm thinking basically you start at the bottom. I'm not going to put a boat in this since boats tend to cause me issues right now. Just go hydraulic phase and another hydraulic phase. Okay. Alright. So let's see how big the gap is right now. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 there. And so it's a little more than one hydraulic in height, which is good. I like that. And they're not offset. They're offset by about a steel rod in length. So, yeah, I think I like that. Now, the question is how many other split joints do I want in here? I think I'm going to start with 5 road. That's what I got here. And then let's do 5 road. No one likes suspension, so we're going to take that out. But then, I think I need to create some anchor points on the top here. So 1 here at least. I think I want it to be in line with this. I don't know if that's going to look too off. It doesn't really look off. Oh. So it does look kind of just kind of floating there though, which I don't like. So, but the alternative is that I move this out and then now this wood piece here is kind of off the edge. So might just put another platform in here. Let's see, I think 250 is the height of the ground there. Don't know if that helps or hurts. Whoa. Whoa. So I might consider moving everything over just a little bit and then kind of having it start on a bit of a platform. That way you don't, when you do this, you don't get the option of, can't quite do the support anything off the cliff, which I'm alright with. I'm gonna hide that one, this bar here, so you can't see that. So there and down. Okay. Alright, so right now this is, it needs to actually move over one more. Whoop. And that is because I don't want to edit the game file, because this is gonna move 1, 2. Each of these rods here is 2 meters. Right now the land can only move in 1 meter increments. So I know that this to the end had to be an even number of meters in order for it to be lined up the way I want it to. So now I guess I could have made this thing wider back then. I feel kind of silly now not having done that. So let's go 1, 2, 1, and I think that's about where I want it. Do I want it that far over? I don't know. Let's have a half increment side length, so whatever that is. Sometimes I'll make a level, I'll solve it, and then I'll go back and resize everything, so it's always a little bit of trial and error. So okay, so if I put this at 200, that might look a little better. Okay, so I don't have anything connected to this now, but alright, I think that's good. Doesn't look like it has any noticeable bump on the dump truck there going onto that platform. Okay. Originally I was thinking of putting a platform here. I'm thinking not right now. It just kind of makes it a little more unique, I guess. So this should be 5 roads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I want 5 roads on the top. 2, 3, 5. Alright. That looks good. I just need one anchor here. Might as well. Alright. So let's move B all the way over to I'll put it all the way back here. Then C is going to go up some, or A is going to go down. One of those. This truck needs to go back. I don't think I'm going to modify any of the truck speed. So right now I think I'm just going to try to solve this and see if I like the way it feels. A lot of times also when making maps is you have to take a step back and look at it and see if you can do the map or solve the map in a different way that you did not intend. A lot of times you will create a map, and then with a certain idea or a certain solution in mind, and then the solution that people make ends up being a lot different. I'm actually going to show you that because there is a guy that did a video, rather big YouTuber, that did exactly that. So I'm going to say this is I'm going to name it 1, so I have to start at the top, or 0. 0. No, geez. Offset lift. Okay, I'm gonna name it to start at the top. I'll just have 1. Alright, so exploratory mission. Alright, so the workshop here, one of these really popular levels in here. Let's go maybe this month. Here it is. I don't know how they say this guy's name, but he created this level with the intent that you would build, that the boat here comes at the same time as the car B, I think. So the hydraulic comes, and then the city car and the paddle boat come at the same time. And when he played the level, he built a bridge kind of like this, and then he had like a platform essentially down in this area, and then he lifted both of these, this split here, and it lifted both of these up, and then the second car went over this other bridge, and he's like, okay, there we go, that's a great design. But the problem is he didn't, well, this says available 9 now, I wonder if he changed it. He didn't seem to restrict in any way the ability to just build your bridge over the top. So I can do that. If I turn grid off, I can make it reach. You just make a simple bridge that arches over it, and then your solution comes out, and it's not the way the creator designed. So you have to kind of sit back and think, after you come up with the design that you want to make sure that people can't create something a lot different and solve the level, unless you want that. I mean, sometimes you really want to have your level, you want pretty much every level to have multiple solutions. You don't want to say, you have to do this, and this is the only solution you can do. But at the same time, you don't want it to be, you don't want the level to be so easy if you're and that no one's going to build a solution similar to what you were thinking of. So, there we go. 1 offset lift. All right. So back to where we were. So part of the ways I do that is you limit your road. You limit your pieces. If I didn't limit my road on this level, for instance, I want to be able to lift the bridge and kind of go sideways, then you obviously would just build 2 pieces of road, and then you just say, hey, why did you build this terrible map? So, and I guess that's all I've got on that right now. So I'm going to build, now I might end up switching these to start with 2 on the top and then have 1 on the bottom. But right now I'm thinking I'm going to go with the top. And I think I might put a point either here or on the ground over here. And right now I'm thinking on the ground. So let's do that. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to build a basic structure out of wood. Because if wood works, that's what I want to use. Alright, I'm not sure if, whoa, that like came out of the ground. Alright, so I need to lift this up. Not the, now I want to select the truck. There we go. So I guess I have to hover the truck a little bit. Hey, why did it pop up so much? Does it always do that? Maybe it has to do with my platform. now it falls and it... Oh, it's because of a stupid platform. Oh, jeez. Okay, so... Remember on the last video, these things never stayed the correct height. You had to resize them. That's the issue I'm having, or at least with the platforms of that size, the 250. I don't know if it does it for every size or not, but... Alright. There we go. Now it starts off on the ground. I feel like that's gonna break. Yep. Alright. Right as it got to the middle of there, I thought, that is way too much pressure. So, I'm just gonna build a little arch thing on the top. Because imagine if it's just basically just barely a little bit too much. So, there we go. That is enough. Alright. Now, I'm thinking of giving the player no more than 4 hydraulics. Okay. So, right now I think I'm going to go really simple, and I'm going to just go with a, basically something that lifts like this. Gonna put one here and one, well, over here somewhere. So, I'm gonna go over and line up with this thing. So, I think this is a little bit longer, so I go past that. Alright, so, oh, what? Oh. There we go. So now I just need to build a support against these top pieces here. Which is, didn't put them in the easiest place here. This one's alright, I guess. But, see, that will be fine. And then, I can make this one out of wood. And then on this side, there we go. That's kind of fun. Alright, so that should lift it straight up, but it won't go to the side. And of course I need my split joints. Alright. So these are 1. That hydraulic looks like a 2. If I can click that. Jeez. Okay. Alright, so in case you ever have troubles, that's the way you can change your piece when they're all overlapping. Alright, so my freeze game froze. Let's try stress on, or on and off. Oh, there we go. Alright, nice. So it works that way. I'm happy about that. So this is a non-default configuration, which will be kind of annoying to some people, but we'll just have to learn, I guess, or struggle through it. Alright, so now let's try this again, see what happens. Lift straight up, and then, oh, that whole time this hydraulic was on the correct number. Alright, oh, so it looks like it's on 2. Alright, here we go. Now the bridge falls and breaks, and that's awesome. So one thing I think is kind of cool about this, and at least the way I intended it, is that if you decide that you're going to instead have your support way over here, then what's going to happen is this bridge is going to swing a whole bunch, and then and you're going to have a lot of trouble getting your dump truck to go across it. Or at least that's what I intend to be the difficulty, or to have difficulty doing that. Maybe I should try just to find out whether or not that is an issue. that looks really weak as heck. I'm going to need to put a steel rod here. Okay. Alright, so this is going to swing like crazy. Oh yeah, there we go. Cool. Well, it might be possible, but it's going to be rather difficult to do it that way. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, just try a steel rod there, put that onto 2. Let's see how that works. Okay, so let's kind of put it out of the side here a little bit. And then same with this one. So I'm gonna do the same technique, obviously, as you can see, and we're just gonna try to use this little rod here to kind of guide it a little bit. Alright, well, that's, I don't really know why it's breaking right now. Why is it breaking? It's like this is pulling too much or something. I think that's what's happening. Make it a little smaller, I guess. See what happens. Won't be pulling too much now if that's the case. You can do it. Oh wow. Alright, that's kind of weird. So, that worked. Certainly is an ugly solution. I could submit it like this, but I don't think I really want to do that. Can I reach this? I cannot. Alright. So what maybe I'm going to build a little piece off the side. And I'm just going to attach it to that instead. Although that's won't go as far. I don't know. I think this, is that the same distance as this? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I think it's, yeah, it looks like the same distance away. So if this is connected to here and it rotates up, then it should go there correctly. So one thing I could do is kind of try to put my hydraulic here somehow. Okay. This is gonna pull way too far. And apparently I have to actually attach it to the bridge. So basically nothing's attached there except for, it's just the ground. Alright, so that needs to be back more flat, I guess. Don't know if this is gonna help me out, my little rotating piece in the middle. Oh, that looks really smooth. Alright. I know I can make a lot... Whoop. I know I can make a lot neater designs on this. But I like this. So the last level that I did, I thought it was kind of a hard level, and then afterwards I renamed it to Expert. In a lot of ways I feel like this is more complicated, or at least this solution is a little more complicated than the level I did on my other video. Just especially if I... So I want a really big budget on this one. I think one thing that people are going to want to do... I'm gonna save this. Save. Just name that. Alright. One thing I think people will want to do is they will want to have 2 hydraulics like this on both sides. Something along those lines to lift it, and then they're going to want to build another hydraulic across the horizontal to pull it sideways and push it back. And that's why I've limited you to 4 hydraulics, because I want you to do something a little beyond that, right? So, and if you just pull up the hydraulics, then you're not going to have, if you just pull it up, then, I don't know what I'm saying, but, no, it will swing around a whole bunch if you just pull it up and at an angle like I tried earlier. So you essentially have to have something kind of precisely move you up diagonally while you go up. So, alright, I think I undid one too many times, so this is probably a breaking solution. Yep, and then I think I just shrunk that before. I would like to have a redo in this game. It would be really helpful. And it's just breaking every time. What am I doing? Did I need to adjust this? Huh, there we go. Alright. So that goes pretty smooth, and I didn't even really have to do too much about this one on the left side. Just had to make sure it lifted. Huh, that broke, but I don't think it broke before, and as far as submitting maps go, that's not really a requirement. So, alright, so my budget, I solved this for just over 30. If I give people 40,000, then with the 50% overage, they can spend 60,000 on crazy stuff. Alright, pretty much the same as the other before. All wood, all steel, all cables. Limited hydraulics and road. Alright, so now I gotta frame my little picture. I don't know if I want to call it offset lift. I feel like that sounds kind of lame. So, okay, this is an easier map, I think, to see from the thumbnail. Submit. Yeah, I can see all the trucks and the gaps. You can kind of see. I'm kind of thinking of calling it like awkward. Awkward lift. Diagonal lift, maybe. It's probably diagonal lift. That's I shouldn't tap. That's probably not very. Probably doesn't sound very good to you guys. Diagonal. Make sure I spell this right. Thank you, Google, because I would have spelled it wrong. So, diagonal lift. Alright, so with the road diagonally. I think that's oh, okay. Well, then set it back down. Alright. And then we're gonna say budget is 40K. Vent order. We're gonna have dump truck. Hydraulic. I think my word of the month is going to be hydraulic. I'm going to have to learn how to spell that. It's got a U in there, man. I always want to leave out. Hydraulic. I have to say it with a drawl. And dump truck. Alright. So... Oh, I need to put my difficulty level. I'm gonna say this is expert as well. I'm really just guessing. I mean, I've always got an intent. Sometimes I'm gonna try to make this level really, really hard, and I make it expert. And then other times I'm like, I want this to be a challenge, kind of Zen level style, but Zen Gardens, I guess. But some of these are, but I'm probably really hit and miss. Some of the things I think would be easier on people or harder on people seem to be way off. So I've made medium levels, I've made hard levels, and I make expert levels. So I could make other levels, but my general assumption is that there's plenty of people making easy levels, so I don't need to make any. Alright, well, let's submit this and hope it works. And then you guys can try this map out as well. And hopefully it lets me submit it this time and it doesn't just crash my game. Okay. Alright, submitting. Alright, submit successful. Alright, I hope. Oh, and I guess one thing I'm going to do, which I didn't do last time. Normally, the one thing I do last is I delete the video, and you won't be able to see this on the screen, but I take a screenshot of just the level, and then I upload it to the website, because it makes it look a little nicer. But, so, I'll do that after the video. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you tune in to the next video.